Anach Nachman Nachmon Yimon, Sefer Yisrael Saba, chapter with one word. Rabbi Yisrael and his Chassidim sing joyfully, Yishreini, Yishreini, Yishreini. Fortunate are we that we have such a Rebbe. Aha! Rabbeini, Rabbeini, Rabbeini. Oh, Yishreini, 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 Yishreini. Fortunate are we that we have such a Rebbe who can heal diseases that have no cure. And he can heal immediately all the diseases, all the salvations, all sorts of healing that were never before in the world. Oy vey, what he can do with us and with all the world. Who can say a thing? He gives us with his holy words. He gives us such gifts that were never before in the world, that had never been revealed in the world at all. And all for our good, that can heal us, enliven us, renew us. Who can describe what we possess? Oh, the Rebbe, the Rebbe, the Rebbe, the Rebbe. All the world will cry out, the Rebbe, the Rebbe, the Rebbe, the Rebbe, our Rebbe, our Rebbe, our Rebbe, our Rebbe. All the world, oh, he's such a Rebbe. It is a miracle and a wonder that there is such a light in this world. It is impossible to understand. It was not for nothing that we waited so long for our righteous Mashiach. The Mashiach will be a student of Rabbeini. Saba laughs. Oy vey, all the Torah leaders and all the great Torah scholars, they don't know one word from Rabbeinu. If they were to know a drop from the sea, the whole world would not be able to receive such a light that reveals how to live at every moment, all our lives. All of it is written in every word of Rabbeinu. All the world with all they are lacking, and all the healings and salvations, and every word from Rabbeinu. If he is already in the world, there is already L'kita Moran, L'kita Tfilas, L'kita Halachas. There are already such lights, such wonders as were never before revealed in the world. Only Rabbeinu. He heals the whole world, everyone, with one word. One cannot express what there is in one word from Rabbeinu. Even were we to speak until the end of time, it would not suffice for even one of his words. Such a force, such wisdom that was never before in the world. And he will overturn, heal, and renew. We still don't know a thing from Rabbeinu. We and all the world and all the generations to come. It will still not be enough to attain even one word from Rabbeinu. All the world does not know even one word from Rabbeinu. All the world, all the wise ones, all the Torah giants, and leaders with all their understanding, they do not even have one drop from the sea of what there is in one word from Rabbeinu. They will not have the time to say something. They will not have enough time to praise and express the wonders of one word from Rabbeinu. A sea, there's not enough to speak about even one word from Rabbeinu. When they will feel this and see with their own eyes what there is in each word of Rabbeinu, the stories, L'kita Moran, L'kita Halachas, L'kita Eitzes, L'kita Tfilas, all of this, there's a new wisdom there's a new wisdom there that was never before revealed in the world. When it gets revealed, it will be a new world. An amazing light is going to be revealed in this generation like nothing that ever was before. We are headed for such heavenly wonders, and man like this, the likes of whom had never been before, who will illuminate and inflame all the Torah and all the wisdom for us. It was not by chance that Breslovers would sing Ashreini, Ashreini, Ashreini. Fortunate are we, fortunate are we, fortunate are we. For every word one needs to say Ashreini. All our days, all the world. Fortunate are we already to have such a light in the world, a wonder like this. Oh Ashreini, how good is our portion, and how pleasant is our lot, and how beautiful is our inheritance. Ashreini, Ashreini, Ashreini. Oy vey, such a Torah like ours, such a Torah, the revealed and the hidden teachings, and one word from Rabbeinu encompasses it all, to heal us, to renew and heal us with a complete healing. Who can express, who can describe, who can speak at all about such a light that is such a healing, such wisdom that transforms everything? He draws all the blasphemers and all the wicked to God, and they become holy tzaddikim. There is a principle that everything is transformed to good. Blasphemers who did not want to believe in God and in the Torah and did what they did, with one word Rabbeinu conquers them. He instills them with such light that they no longer want any lusts. They only want to serve God. Complete apostates. They will be holy tzaddikim. One word that he reveals, it renews and heals the whole world. All the blasphemers, all the wicked. Happy are we that we have such a Rebbe, such a wonder, such a light. And Rabbeinu cried so much before God for us. He prayed for us. What will be with our brothers? What will be with them? He revealed such lights, even for sick ones with no hope, no healing and no hope. And with one word he enlivens, heals, and renews the whole world. With one word he renews the whole world. His wisdom. And with his every word, he renews the whole world. His wisdom. He renews the whole world with his wisdom and with his every word. The Kitim Aran. One word from the Kitim Aran includes all the tzaddikim and all the Torah. Words cannot describe. Happy are we that we are here now in a world which already has the Kitim Aran in it, the Kita Tfilis, the Kita Halachas. What these things are, it will be revealed when the Mashiach comes. The Mashiach will come, Rabbeinu will be revealed, and it will be an entirely new world. There will no longer be apostasy, only faith, faith, and truth. Oy vey, happy are we that He grants us such kindness, such miracles and wonders that were never before revealed. Who can speak and relate what we have now in this world? Rabbeinu is already present in the world. It will be a different world, a new world. Ashreini, Ashreini, Ashreini. Even if the entire world would sing Ashreini, 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 it is still nothing. Happy are we that there is already now in our times the Nachal Neveya Mekar Chachma, flowing river, source of wisdom. Nanach, Nachmo, Nachmo Yuman. With every word he enlivens, heals, renews all Israel with one word. All the apostates and all the wicked, there is a principle that everything will be transformed to good. That is Rabbeinu. That is still not even a drop from the sea. It is all miracles. Every word that I say, it is all miracles, new miracles. I lie here and my mind and heart are in the words of Rabbeinu. Only to think of one word from Rabbeinu, it is a sea. Every word, one word is the great sea, the sea of wisdom, such a sea of healings and salvations, a sea of new salvations and healings, the likes of which never before revealed in the world. In one moment he lights up the entire world, sets the whole world on fire. He can create a new world in 1 minute. Every word from Rabbeinu is for the whole world. One word for the whole world. One word from him encompasses the entire Torah and the collective soul of Yisrael and all that has been revealed and what has yet to be revealed to us, all in one word from Rabbeinu. Who can describe, who can express? We do not need to search. Who can describe, who can express? We do not need to search. It is already there, in every place, in every store, in every building, and in every man, overflowing treasures, such lights, such wonders. We will come to this. All the world will sing, Rabbeinu, 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 Rabbeinu. Oy, oy, Rabbeinu, 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 Rabbeinu. Chapters, such yearnings. A chassid came to Rabbi Yisrael with enthusiasm to tell him of the holy book that kindled his heart to serve God, the book Hishtapchus HaNefesh, outpouring of the soul. Happy are we that we merited to this, that Rabbeinu is being revealed now in this darkness, that such a light is being revealed that was never before in the world, such holiness, such truth that is hardly ever seen, new. Now is the time of the redemption. I see and feel that this is the right time, the light that will be. There will be such lights beyond our conception. We need to yearn greatly to pray very much to God, to merit to full redemption. Only Rabbeinu can fix us in the whole world and gives us a new heart every day, a new heart. I remember how Rabbi Yisroel Karduner would continually speak to God like we are speaking, sitting and speaking in the same way. He sat with Rabbeinu and asked him to send him something to do, and Rabbeinu enlightened him with every word, enlightened him in every place he needed help, and he became new, a complete evildoer that had been immersed in all the lusts, and was transformed into such a holy tzaddik. One never sees such a thing, a complete evildoer that had been immersed in all the lusts, and was transformed into such a holy tzaddik. One never sees such a thing. I am not lying or exaggerating. I saw how Rabbi Yisroel spoke with God with tears hot as fire. The entire room, the entire place was holy. It was all soaked with his tears. The ground and everything. Yes, he spoke with God with such tears. It was a miracle he remained alive. I saw this with my own eyes, and what I saw is nothing less than a drop from the sea. One does not see such a thing anywhere in the world. All the world, they do not know that they need to speak to God. They think, what? I need to speak to God? What will I get out of that? Will it make me a scholar? They did not want it. They wanted to be scholars, famous in the world with prestige and money, with prestige and money. It is not by chance that Breslovers were holy people, not by chance. Rebbeinu gives us at every moment a new heart, and such words, new and holy, and new repentance. One does not see such a thing in all the world. The whole world does not know. They know only to study, to be scholars and famous in the world. But to speak to God, only Rebbeinu tells us. He established for us to speak every day with God, not less than an hour. So, is something like this known about? Is something like this known about in the world? I saw such truth, such self-sacrifice, but this is received only from Rebbeinu. To speak to God, it only comes from knowing Rebbeinu. There's the Kitat Tfilis. The Kitat Tfilis is all speaking with God. Every Jew speaks with God. Prayer is above everything. The Kitat Tfilis renews us, repairs us, draws us close to God. Renews us, repairs us, draws us close to the Torah and to God in truth. Such a thing was never before heard of in the world. Such a wonder. Everyone thinks someone who speaks to God is a boor. He does not know how to learn. He only knows how to talk to God. Oh, L'Kitei Tfilos. It would be good for us to use it a great deal. One reaches such light that was never before revealed in the world. We should merit to say a lot of L'Kitei Tfilos and a lot of L'Kitei Halachos. These are words of the Mashiach. Rebbeinu revealed a drop from the sea. What is this? What it is? Discussion, talking before God. One talks to God about what to do. Some advice. We learn from the Torah that discussing is the aspect of the Mashiach. Mashiach, the word shares the same root with the word discussion. Mashiach, the matter of the Mashiach is discussion, talking before God and praying to God with all one's heart and soul. And Yitzchak went out to speak in the fields. He had a discussion, he told and spoke with God about everything. We see that God gave the Mashiach his name because of its connection to discussion, because he spoke with God all the time. That is Mashiach, talking, always talking to God. Rabbi Nosson explains and clarifies what Rebbeinu says. They traveled from Breslov to Uman after the fire, and on the way Rebbeinu revealed such words that are impossible to reveal. To say, Master of the world, that is the greatest wisdom. That is everything. To cry before God all the time. The matter of discussion, that is the Mashiach. He talks and tells to God all that he is enduring. That is discussion. Also the name Nachman is the matter of consolation and discussing. The matter of consolation and discussing. To speak to God. Nanach Nachmo Miyuman. He discarded all the sophistry. Only prayer. All the world, even the most accomplished scholars, are far from this. The whole world did not want to accept what? Prayer? What can come of saying, Master of the universe, Father, Father, merciful Father, have mercy on me? But something like Rebbe Nachman's heart was never before in the world. It burns. As Rebbe Nosson said in Breslov, a fire is burning. Put the fire in my heart. In Breslov, a fire is burning. Put the fire in my heart. A giant like Rebbeinu has never been before. As Rebbe Nachman says, a novelty like me was never before in the world. What is the novelty? That he speaks to God always. Oy, oy, in Breslov, a fire is burning. Put the fire in my heart. I saw how Rebbe Yisrael wept with tears to Rebbe Shimon at his holy grave. He cried. I don't know if so much water exists in a person. So many tears. Merciful Father, merciful Father, merciful Father, have mercy on me. I want to eat and drink. What meaning can come out of this? Have mercy on me, that I should know how to eat, how to serve God. The tears Rebbe Yisrael shed at the grave of Rebbe Shimon on the floor, it was as if a barrel of water had been poured on it. It was as if a barrel of water had been poured on it in the winter, in the cold. The place was filled with water from the tears he shed before God, that he should have mercy on him. I have no words to express this, how Rebbeinu and his followers cried to be given fear of heaven. What did he ask for? That he should be alone with God, that he should be able to speak and converse with God. We need to renew ourselves every day and to say many prayers. Then we will be Rebbeinu's people. Oh, just to hear how Rabbi Yisrael would say, Master of the world. It is enough for one's whole life. Who can relate such matters, such love, such might, such holiness, such light? Just to hear one word spoken by Rabbi Yisrael, Master of the world, Father, Father. He asked him, Father, have mercy on me. I am so far away. I fell very far. I cannot pray. Father, have mercy on me. Such is what it is, such prayer. Nothing like it in the world. Only Rebbeinu. How he went to the forest, nobody knew. And he cried and wailed to God, have mercy on me, Master of the world, Father, Father. He said, Father, Father, it was fire. Ay, Rabbi Yisrael, may he rest in peace. He cried so much, Master of the world. Father, have mercy on me. I am so far away. I feel no taste from the Torah, from prayer. I am very far. Have mercy, have mercy, have mercy. Father, Father. Who can hear words like these, that burned like fire? He was together with God and cried before him, Master of the world, I cannot pray. I don't pray. I eat the way I eat. What will become of me? He would cry before God, and before Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he would cry and yearn so much. The whole table was wet from the tears, and also the floor. The place became as if someone had poured a barrel of water on the floor from his tears. Yes, his heart burned so intensely for God. One who saw his face when he said, Master of the world, Father, Father, who can describe such intimacy, such sweetness? He was alone with God and he spoke with him as if with a merciful Father. Who can describe such yearnings, such life? Rabbi Mendel from Lithuania. Rabbi Mendel from Lithuania went to do his Boididus, and a high-ranking general passed by with his troops and heard how Rabbi Mendel said, Father, Father, Father. The general stood, and all the soldiers stood with him, and he said to them, Listen, listen to what he is saying. Whoever heard such a thing? He stood there, and he could not move on, and all the soldiers stood and listened to the sounds and the hisbodedus of Rabbi Mendel, the Lithuanian. Then the general said to the troops, If I had the ability, I would give him everything he wants. I would give him all the money, everything he asked. I would give it all. And he went. Oy, what there is in the world, only to hear the hisbodedus of Rabbi Yisrael, and of this one and that, and of this one and that one. Such hisbodedus, such sweetness cannot be found in this world. Life like that is not found in this world. Only Rabbeinu revealed a drop from the sea of what there is. Wonders. Oh, Rabbi Yisrael recited the Likutei Tfilis. Who can imagine what he felt with every word of the Likutei Tfilis? The tears poured out of his eyes like water, and he lived such a fire. He lived such a life, a good life, such sweet life, a life of faith, of trust. He did his Boididus every day with such voices, with such a heart. Who sees things like this? We do not know at all what is happening in the world. Only the Rabbeinu revealed a drop from the sea of what there is in the world. Such vitality, such a Torah, such sweetness, such life. You have been given to know that the Lord is God. There is no one beside him. Prayers before the reading of the Torah on Shabbos. New life. New life. The faith that Rabbeinu revealed in the world. Such fear of heaven, such truth, such self-sacrifice. We don't see and don't know at all about the light and the good that we have. Rabbeinu said, if we could hear and know that there is such a master of the world in this world, if we could hear and know that there is such a master of the world in this world, no one would be interested in making money, and everyone would want only to serve God. People would give all the days of their lives, all the days of our lives, to hear just one word that came from the mouth of Rabbi Yisrael. That is how it will be. Just to see such a prayer, such a voice, such yearnings. It is not from this world, it is Breslev. Rabbi Yisrael said, sing to the Lord a new song, so, thank God, all my joy. I am happy that I merited to hear one word from the hisbodedus of Rabbi Yisrael. A sea, the great sea, one word, master of the world, was like a sea, became a sea. I was granted a great miracle. If not for having known Rabbi Yisrael Karduner, I would have been dead a long time ago. I did not know anything about the life that is already in the world. Likutei Moharan, Likutei Halachos, Likutei Eitzos. I merited to know Rabbi Yisrael Karduner, and I saw what is a Jew, what is faith, and what is prayer. I heard his voice when he spoke with God. I merited to hear such a voice, the likes of which the whole world does not know a thing. Such a voice, such a sweet life. We have no idea what there is in the world. He argued with his mouth, his hands, and his feet. Master of the world, Father, precious Father, merciful Father, you are good. Have mercy on me. I am far from everything. I cannot pray. I cannot learn. What will become of me? Hisbodedus, the likes of which the whole world knows nothing. All the world knows nothing of faith, vitality. They are sleeping, eating and sleeping. The world does not know, only to sleep and eat. But this will be revealed. The Mashiach will come and reveal everything. The Mashiach will come and repair the world, repair us and all the world. It will be a world of rectification. The Mashiach will have very hard work. He will need to turn the whole world upside down. Then I will transform all the peoples so that they will speak purely, to call out in the name of God and to serve Him as one. The Mashiach will come and the glory of God will be revealed, and the glory of His kingdom. There will be joy throughout the world, such joy that everyone will dance. In every house, on every street, there will be heard only sounds of joy and dancing. Oi, oi, is there anything better than this? To say, Master of the world, Master of the world, Father, Father, have mercy on me. I am so far. I fell very far. I cannot pray. I cannot learn. What will be with me? Have mercy on me. Father, Father. Chapter to pray with faith. Rabbi Yisrael encourages one with physical suffering to strengthen himself in prayer. Perhaps it is not necessary to relate, but the kindnesses of God and His wonders need to be told. I suffered from my youth from my mouth very much, the gums and the teeth. I suffered intense pains. I had great pain, and I strengthened my resolve to pray every day to God. I prayed and prayed and prayed until I saw that it left me. The pains left. I don't know where, but they left me. Yes, I had pain, great pain. I could not endure the pains, and I prayed every day to God, but I did not see a change. Today I see that God listens to all the prayers and took the pains from me. I can eat and I don't suffer. The teeth, the gums, and the mouth, everything is all right. Thank God. Several days ago, I did not feel well, so I prayed to God that He send me a full healing, and thank God there was a change. I just prayed, Master of the world, merciful Father, have mercy on me, have compassion on me, on my sins, and help me to repent with full repentance. In one moment, He gives all the healing we need. The pains and the suffering you are enduring is a great sweetening of judgment. We do not understand. It is good. It is to wash us a bit from this world. We need to pray with faith in truth. Then we will see great salvation. Great salvations. One says a blessing. Blessed are you, God, who hears prayer. He hears the voice of our prayer, and in the end there will be a salvation. But it is forbidden for us to speculate why we don't see it. That is the main point. Faith, to believe in God, to pray that God will give healings, that He will give everything we need. Faith is healing and everything good. Faith is healing and everything good. Every day to pray to God in truth, in faith. I am telling this that you should be strengthened to pray to God every day about everything, to pray to God with faith. God listens to prayer. The suffering left me. Chapter, but Rabbeini, just Rabbeini, Rak Rabbeini. Rabbi Yisrael sings together with friends in a Sikha and Svas, holding the 4 species in his hands. Rabbi Yisrael Kaduna went to Uman from his father's house. He went to Uman without money, and his father said to him, "Give me back the shoes. Give me back the clothes. You're not my son. I don't want to know you. Get out of here. You're Breslev." Rabbi Yisrael's father was very rich. He was the biggest businessman in the city. Rabbi Yisrael had a large inheritance coming to him, but his father gave nothing to Rabbi Yisrael. He told him, "You are not my son. You're Breslev. You won't receive a thing." So Rabbi Yisrael was left without an inheritance. He was not his son. He was Breslev. My father was blind. Our family was extremely poor, and both of them cried, "My father and mother, don't be Breslev. Have mercy on yourself and on us, and don't be Breslev. Who will marry you? No woman from any family will take Breslev. You won't marry. You will die single, without children and without a wife. What will be with you? No, don't be Breslev." But I said, "Only Breslev." And I said, "Only Breslev. I don't want. Only Breslev." My mother expired, became extremely weak. God did a miracle in bringing her back to life. You won't have a wife. You won't have children or money. Today I have a wife, children, and money. Thank God. I have a room, a bed, a closet. I have everything. The Breslevers conquered the world. Thank God we have a bed, we have a room, a bed, a closet. I have everything. The Breslevers conquered the world. The Mashiach still has not come. He will come soon. The time of the redemption is very close. What is close? 200 years is also close. 100 years is also close. We suffered 5,000 years, so 100 years Loi ba b'cheshbon doesn't come in calculation. is like nothing in the calculation. But thank God, we already know that Rabbeini is the redemption. The Kita Maran is already the redemption. The Kita Tfilis is the redemption. The Kita Halachas is the redemption. Every word of Rabbeini is the light of the redemption. Is there anything in the world like the Kita Maran, or anything like Sepira Masias, the stories, anything like the 7 beggars in the world? Do we see other stories like these in the world? Everybody says and knows that there is nothing like these stories in the world. Rabbeini is such a secret, like nothing that ever was since the creation of the world. We received the oral Torah, and there were tremendous tzaddikim, but Rabbeini, such a wonder never was before in the world. We had Moshe Rabbeini and all the tzaddikim, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, but Rabbeini, Rabbi Nosson sat one time in his sikkah. He was a genius. He knew the names of all the true holy tzaddikim, and he started to think and said and calculate and said, in the beginning there was Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Moshe Rabbeini. He revealed all of them. This one was an awesome novelty, and this one was an immense novelty who revealed such wonders, but Rabbeini. And thus he recalled all the tzaddikim, and after each one he said, but Rabbeini, Avo Rabbeini. This one was such a wonder, such a novelty, and that one was a wonder, but Rabbeini. He is the flowing river, source of wisdom. Now there is the flowing river, source of wisdom. Rabbeini ascended above all the great ones, above everything, his truth. There is no truth like this, no wise man like this. All his words, every word of his, it is all the Torah. He will repair us, and all the evildoers and all the wicked. That is what he said. He will repair us and all the evildoers and all the wicked and all the wicked. That is what he said, not I. He will repair and repair and repair. No, there are things that are impossible to fix, but he makes anew. He is totally new. Every moment he is new, and he makes us new. He said a novelty like me was never before in the world. So, was he looking for prestige or publicity? All that he said still does not reach even a small part of this. Chapter Only Trust. Rabbi Yisrael sings a verse from Psalms. In you our fathers trusted. In you they trusted and were saved. They cried out to you and escaped. In you they trusted and were not shamed. I know, maybe I am sick, crazy, but we need to bring life and arousal to our hearts, talking to God. Every word of His, what He teaches us, what He revealed to us, we need to fulfill according to what He teaches and reveals to us. He says, rise at midnight. He inspired us to give all our souls for this. Faith. If He says Chatzois, that is our healing in this world, in the next world, always. If He says Psalms, everything He says we need to fulfill with self-sacrifice, not to listen to anyone. It is impossible to describe what we merit to receive from Rabbeini, for every word is truly all our life force and the life force of every person in the world. So we need to receive this with all our souls and all our possessions. There is no excuse. Rabbeini writes to us that it is all our life force. If he says Chatzois, it may be difficult, but we need to use all kinds of strategies to fulfill this, to rise for Chatzois, to rise at midnight, especially us in Israel. We have such places, forests and fields. If he says it's bodedis, to speak to God, we need to accept this, to fulfill this with self-sacrifice. He says every day, 1 hour of his bodedis, every day. So we need to fulfill this. If we don't, we need to offer ourselves crying before God, Master of the world. We should only merit to this, to fulfill. I saw Rabbi Yisrael Kaduner, how he gave all his strength to fulfill the words of Rabbeini. He rose at midnight and took his shoes in his hands, wrapped in a rag, that the neighbors would not hear him. He went in his socks so that no one would hear. Nobody heard or knew, neither his coming or his going. He went to speak with God in a specific place outside of the city. The whole world makes a joke of this. What's this? What will come of this? Thank God, fortunate are we that we merited to be in the portion of Rabbeini, who teaches us how to be Jews. We need to be very joyful always, day and night, always to rejoice that we have such a Rebbe. Yes, Rabbeini teaches us to rise in the night for Chatzois and to go to the forest. He says Chatzois. So we need to give everything. Chatzois. I saw Rabbi Yisrael, he was a fighter who waged a hard war for Chatzois. Rabbeinu said all our vitality is dependent on this. We need to feel as if, God forbid, they want to take our life, and do all in our power to prevent them, God forbid, not to give in. This world and the next world are two opposites, either one or the other. Everything Rabbeinu says is in this world and also in the next. Eternal, it is all our vitality. We need to give all our souls for this, and not to listen to anyone in the world. Suddenly, the Holy Ari revealed it in Chatzois. The Holy Ari, Shaarei Tzion, Rabbeinu came and said that we need to fulfill this, to rise for Chatzois. Rabbeinu is the light of all Israel. Everyone who wants can merit to it. One does not die from rising at midnight. Rabbeinu says, Chatzois, we need to learn to rise for Chatzois with no excuses. He knew what we need. He knew that we need this. He knew that we need this. Even if I did not succeed, I will start now, today, anew. But not to sleep, God forbid, to forget something like this, upon which all our vitality depends. And all the world only wants to sleep and eat, to eat and sleep. That is life. They don't know more. We ourselves do not know anything. Rabbeinu came and taught and revealed to us, Chatzois, everything depends on this, the whole world, everything. That is it. Yes, thank God I merited to see how much self-sacrifice Rabbi Yisrael had for Chatzois. The body wants the bed, to sleep. Rabbeinu comes and says, no, to the forest. We think we have intelligence. What will come from waking in the middle of the night? Will it bring an income? What will one get out of this? Will it give him money? The men of the Great Assembly established 3 prayers for us, morning, afternoon, and evening. Rabbeinu came and gave us Chatzois, and Chatzois is harder than all the others. The Holy Ari revealed it, and Rabbeinu says that we need to fulfill it. Chatzois, Shaarei Tzion, Psalms. Psalms, prayers, and hisbodedus, to speak with God as we are speaking. We need to understand that God listens to every word, every one of our prayers, and wants to help and helps. Everything. Prayer, this is a new thing. Connected to the Mashiach, a new thing that the whole world laughs at. What? To speak with God? The whole world is totally far from this. The Kita Tfilis, the Kita Halachas, the Kita Maran, these are teachings of the Mashiach, helping us to merit to fulfill the Torah, to observe, do and fulfill. The Mashiach will bring the light of Rabbeinu to the world. The Mashiach will be a student of Rabbeinu. Chatzois, to say it in the forest with no one else knowing. We should merit to rise at midnight and say psalms and repent and serve God. What is this? Everything is worth nothing. All the money and all the eating, it is nothing. Wind and the emptiness. Rabbeinu teaches us everything, every day and every minute. He teaches us how to merit to be Jewish. And Rabbeinu himself, when he came to Uman after he achieved what he achieved, they heard his hisbodedus, how he pleaded with God. He cried, Master of the world, how does one merit to be Jewish? As if he had never tasted the taste of Judaism. There were also several other people who went according to the understanding of Rabbeinu and merited to rise at midnight and serve God. These people, they are the world. They live the good life. We need to pray, to cry before God all the time that we should merit to purify ourselves and break our evil desires. It is dependent on us, on our hearts, to the degree one wants and prays for this, to that degree one merits to it. But the whole world is worth nothing. With all the desires and all the money, nothing. The main point is only to serve God. The whole world is against Breslov. No one wanted to take a Breslover for a son-in-law. What will be? His daughter will have to suffer in poverty. The parents would say to their daughters, what? Only to serve God? If he goes to the forest, how will he have an income? How will he have enough to eat? For what is he serving God? Is that life? Without money, is that life? What? My daughter marrying a Breslover? Repentance is Likita Tfilis. That is the heart of life. Likita Maran, the Torah. But what is the Torah? The main point is the tzaddikim who are attached to the Torah. The main point is the tzaddik of all the tzaddikim, of everyone. He gave us through Rabbi Nassim such a Torah. Someone told me that he saw in Uman followers of Rabbeinu, They took a large sheet and covered themselves and lit candles as if they were already in the next world, as if they had already passed away. They envisioned how it would be in the grave. I saw Rabbi Yisrael, that all his vitality, all of it was drawn from his search for how to serve God. The rest of the world chases after money and honor without anything of meaning. The rest of the world chases after money and honor without anything of meaning. Wind, only wind. He had a sack. He wrapped his shoes in a rag and a towel within the sack, and passed thus through all the area where people were sleeping, so that the neighbors would not hear, and went to the forest. All the world was sleeping. Only Rabbi Yisrael went to the forest. He sang some song and was very happy. He also did dances in the forest. Songs and dances, yes. He found Yisrael Ber in Tiberia. He came from Sfas to Tiberia and found me there and came to our house and bought bread to eat. That was the beginning of the present redemption. What is this world? What is it all for? The whole world runs after money and honor. What will come of this? This world is nothing. Nothing will remain from the eating, the sleeping, the money. What is this? Rabbi Yisrael is asked about managing the house and serving God. If one truly wants, one can know everything. There's the Kitat Tfilis. It already exists in the world. The Kitat Tfilis. If we did not have the Kitat Tfilis, God forbid. Tikkun HaKlali. It is the light of the Mashiach. When one wants truth, God sends one an angel of truth, and he teaches us concerning everything, every day, always. The angel is always present in the heart, and he teaches us everything. Angel, angel, angel. I heard from Rabbi Yisrael, may he rest in peace, that everyone was with together. May he rest in peace that everyone was together with Rabbeinu, and all they spoke about all day was income, income, income. Rabbeinu came and said, income, only trust. Enough. He already gave everyone their income. Each one cries, income, income, income. What? What is so difficult? Income? Only trust. Only trust. I saw how guests came from Jerusalem and they did not have money. So Rabbi Yisrael gave them charity money. I did not know. Rabbi Yisrael did not tell me. He had children and he himself did not have money. God gave him some amount of money. He took the money. He had small children in the house that needed to eat. He did not think at all about his children. He thought about how to fulfill the commandments. He went looking for some good deed until he found one. Rabbi Yisrael spoke with this guest and understood that he did not have money even for one meal. He had nothing. He was poor. So Rabbi Yisrael had a lot of money and gave all the money to this man so he would have enough to eat. This man thought that Rabbi Yisrael was very wealthy. He gave him so much money. So the man asked me, tell me, is Rabbi Yisrael wealthy? He gave me a lot of money, so how could he if he is not rich? How could he give when he doesn't have? I told him, I described how wealthy he was. This man, his name was Moshe, and he came to Tiberia. He was a guest, a convert, and he did not know at all who was Rabbi Yisrael. In any case, this man was a scholar. He learned in a big yeshiva in Mea Shearim, so he said, if so, I want to be Breslev as well. That is life. That is good life. What? Only to learn? This man wanted to be like Rabbi Yisrael. Afterwards, we returned to Yerushalayim. This man also lived in Yerushalayim and had an apartment. He gave his house and everything he had to Breslev. He became such a Breslever. And he laughed at the scholars, at everyone. This is a new thing. The world does not know. The world knows only how to learn Gemara. But to fulfill the Torah and the commandments? At the beginning, Rabbi Yisrael came to Tiberia. He found me. I found him. We were like we are here, together with great love, in truth. Suddenly he disappeared. Where is Rabbi Yisrael? I searched for him in every place, in all the forests I searched. Where is Rabbi Yisrael? I searched and searched until I saw a man in the distance. Someone was there, some man who was wandering like this from place to place, from one place to another, and I saw how he was speaking with God and asking him what he says about this and about that. He did not tell me that he was going to do his Boidadis. He went. But I did not know what. Where did he go? I searched and searched and searched until I saw a man in the distance going this way and that, and he was going with someone, speaking to him, consulting with him. Yes, like a thief, he suddenly disappeared. No one knew where he was. That is how one needs to be in this world. Rabbeinu relates in the stories. This one lost a son, another lost a son-in-law, another lost what he lost. and no one knew where they were, disappeared, lost, until they told them there is a master of prayer. He goes and says, this world is nothing. He takes them to the forest, and there they say only Lekita Tfilis, Psalms, do Hisbodedus, and serve God constantly. I did not know about Hisbodedus. I did not know. It was only 1 or 2 days before that I had begun to draw close, but I did not know everything. I did not know. I was always with Rabbi Yisrael. Suddenly he disappeared. He was not there, lost. So I started to search, but did not find. I searched and searched and searched until I saw from afar in some forest a man wandering from here to there, seemingly as if with another, speaking to him and asking him, what do you say? What to do? Perhaps like this or like this. I came close. I saw that he did not want a thing from me. If you have any sense, I came close. I saw that he did not want the thing from me. If you have any sense, come with me to the forest. If you don't want forests, go looking for money. Oy, oy, Rabbi Nosson, he cast away all the world completely, his father and family, only Rabbeini, he merited to what he merited that through him we know from Rabbeini. If Rabbi Nosson had not been in the world, we would not have known at all from Rabbeini. If he had not revealed a drop from the sea of what he saw, Rabbi Nosson wrote the letters, all in the Trife, and the Kita Halachas, and the Kita Tfilis, and he informed us that there is a Rebbe in the world. If you have sense, buy the Kita Tfilis, and recite a lot of Lekita Tfilis and find vitality, eternal life that can be called life. That is life of the world, looking only for money. No, it is worth nothing. What the money... That is the life of the world, looking only for money. No, it is worth nothing. What the money... What? The money will remain and the... What? The money will remain and the person will pass away. Two things do not endure, the money and the person. Either the money or the person. What? Do you want money? Go look for money. The whole world wants money, and all the world looks for money. Go with the world. With me, you won't find money. Rabbi Yisrael, he did not have a morsel of bread to eat, and he was happy. It is a good deed to be happy at all times. He made everyone very happy. He had a notebook and he wrote down all his income and gave 1/5 every month from the money God gave him. Well, he did not have money. When he needed to fulfill a commandment, he did not have money to pay for it. He said, do I have worries from debts? My 5th will pay it all. When he was in debt, the 5th will pay. One time he complained to me. He was already so deep in debt to the 5th. He was so deep in debt. He was so deep in debt to the 5th. He was suffering extremely. He was a very large debt to the 5th. Chaimish, he said, I have a 5th that pays all my debts. The 5th is very wealthy. He went as if he had a monetary debt. He searched hoping God would send him some mitzvah. He went as if he had a monetary debt. He searched hoping God would send him some mitzvah, and he found one every time. He drew people close to Rabbeini. If he has chassidim like that, I want to be Breslev. He had a small notebook. He was like a big businessman, and he recorded every coin that God sent him, and all his income and expenditures. And he calculated how much money he owed, and he was always joyful. He danced and sang. He was happy as if he had all the money in the world. He had 4 children and 1 son. The son's name was Mordechai. The only son was a small child. But he grew and grew and grew until he reached bar mitzvah, and this only child had a younger sister. She was a tzedekis, very modest. It cannot be described. There are no words to describe. She thought of me as a brother. Her name was Esther. The name of Rabbi Yisrael's only son was Mordechai, and he also had a daughter whose name was Esther. She was such a tzedekis, like Queen Esther. Oh, she was already 7 or 8 years old, and she was so modest, so good. I had not seen modesty like that, truth like that. They were bound to God. They had in their house Mordechai and Esther, holy angels. Mordechai reached bar mitzvah and became sick and passed away. Also Esther passed away, and Mordechai passed away 3 days before Rabbi Yisrael. He knew he was dying, and also Rabbi Yisrael passed away. All of them passed away, died, and also they did not have enough to eat. He and his children were joyful and danced with joy that there is Rabbeini in the world. One time Rabbi Yisroel was not at home. He had gone traveling and had left the house without money, without bread, and with a wife and girls and boys. He left me an empty house without money and nothing in the house. And I was a youth, I was young, I was in the house like a child, and he left me in the house. So I was there, and Rabbi Yisroel was not. I could not bear it. There were 5 children, and they wanted to eat, and I did not have money or bread, and neither did they. I was very distressed, and I said, why doesn't God give me food for the children? So I went to ask for donations, asking people to have mercy so that I would have bread to give to the children. I went from store to store. I was very embarrassed, and everyone said, what? Does anyone have money in the morning? What? You're crazy. I still haven't sold a thing. I have money? I still don't have money. Well, I suffered intensely. I needed to buy for the children. What? What will be with the children? So I went on looking. I found one man whose son had a store with merchandise to sell. But now in the morning, they were not selling. There was no money in the morning. They came from the synagogue, and I entered. I was in great distress. I feared that the man would seize me in anger and throw me out. I approached him. I said to him, I have a house with small children. I need to buy for them. He heard. He went to the register and gave me a lot of money on behalf of all the stores, enough to buy good food for children. And I became very happy from this, that now, thank God, I had something to give to the children, some bread and oil. He did not know me. It was divine providence. But with Rabbi Yisroel, it was as if he did not have children, as if he had nothing. The children did not have what to eat. And he went to Miron, and I remained with the children. He has Yisroel Bear. Yisroel Bear is there. Yisroel Bear will find money and buy for the children. Rabbeinu says about income, only trust. After Rabbi Yisroel's, Rabbeinu says about income, only trust. After Rabbi Yisroel's passing, I saw his wife. I went after the prayers to tell her Shabbat Shalom. What to do? What do the children need? How is she? What do the children need? How is she doing? She buried all her children, and also her only son Mordechai. He was older. What do the children need? How is she doing? She buried all her children. And also her only son Mordechai. He was older. He also died. Upon returning from the burial, from the cemetery, all the children had passed away. And also Rabbi Yisroel passed away. She said to me, Yisroel Bear, what do you say about this? Yisroel came and made Kiddush for me and left. Have you ever seen such a thing? He came and stood by the table, danced, made Kiddush for me and left. She recounted how he had come and made Kiddush for her, and more than this I don't know. This was after the burial. He came and made Kiddush for his wife. He knew that he had passed on, so who would make Kiddush? So he made Kiddush and left. If you had been there, you would have drunk all the wine of the Kiddush. We were always together at the grave of Rabbi Shimon, and I saw his crying, like one pouring a barrel of water. The amount that came from his tears. After several years of being together and suffering what we suffered, ... everyone said that if he had lived in the time of Rabbeinu, he would also have been a novelty. He did such dancing at my wedding, his pants fell, and he danced holding the pants in his hand. Yes, his pants fell, and he danced holding the pants in his hand. Yes, he danced in Miron the night of Shabbos after the wedding ceremony and left. After the burial, after the funeral, he came to his house and made Kiddush and left. He danced after the wedding ceremony. He danced after the wedding ceremony. After the prayer at the grave of Rabbi Shimon, by the holy grave, he danced. Also, there were all the members of the family. He danced until his pants fell, and he did not know they had fallen. He stood by the table and made Kiddush. He recited Kiddush, and then he left. The story of Gitteleh, the righteous wife of Rabbi Yisroel ben Yehida Halevi Karduner, of blessed memory. I arrived from outside of Yisrael Brisk as a little girl. I do not remember the foreign land. I fell sick with kadachas, fever, almost immediately. I was sick for several years until I healed completely. My mother of blessed memory said that this world means nothing and one must accept everything in love. We were neighbors with Rabbi Avram, son of Rabbi Nachman, who wrote the Be'er Halikitim. I was 13 years old when Rabbi Yisroel Kaduna came from abroad, and the great Rabbi Avram ben Nachman said I should take Rabbi Yisroel for a husband. I did not want to hear about it at the time, for I was still a girl. Rabbi Yisroel needed to travel abroad to divorce his wife, for she could not bear children, so he married me. I was 15 years old. Rabbi Avram was the matchmaker, and I married with Rabbi Yisroel Kaduna. I rode on mules for 9 days, for there were not yet buses at the time. I arrived in Meron to cry there. There were no finished floors in our house and no beds. The beds were niches in the walls, holes in the walls. The beds were niches in the walls, and this was very good for me. I would cook a pot of soup. It took a long time for the soup to be cooked. When there was dancing after the meals, it was very charming. It was a tasty compote. To this day, you can revitalize yourself with this compote. Afterwards, the war started, the First World War that broke out on Tisha B'Av, 56-74, summer of 1920, with the English, and there was no food and not even a little hot water to enliven one's child. One needed to walk for 4 hours without food or water for small and forlorn children. And I would go hoping that maybe I would find some place to heat up a bit of water. In those days, there were thieves and those who murdered in the middle of the day. The world was lawless. We had no leader to show us the straight path, how to conduct ourselves physically and spiritually. The main point was to hold on to God no matter what, and to accept everything in love, and to say this is also for good, because everything that God gives, all of it is good. Afterwards, Rabbi Yisroel traveled to Tiberia to cry. In the meantime, he already heard that the English were invading, and he said then that there would be a great atheism in the world, and he was obliged to wander in exile. He wanted to annul the decree on the Jewish faith. So I sat in the house, Katan, very small house, and he wandered, not staying in one place overnight. After that, he saw that a major disease was spreading, in which a man lived 24 hours and no more. And then I fell sick with cholera, and he prayed for me, and I became well. After that, my children died, and he died within 3 days afterward, before he became sick. And before he became sick, he said that he and his children would be an atonement for the city. And then he fell ill with cholera, and they took him to the hospital on Shabbos towards evening. They did not let anyone come to see him. Only I spied at him through the window. Then he said, "Give me a little water on the hands. I will learn Torah. I am not worried about departing from the world, because I have a beard and payas, and my suffering will be an atonement for my sins. I am very happy." You can imagine for yourself how I lived through all my troubles, and also now he will take me out of them. I also remained alone, and afterward I offered hospitality for Sephardi women. I had many troubles. I did not even have clothes to wear. The charity funds gave dresses to all the women. Only to me they did not give, and threw me down a flight of stairs. I cried a great deal. Then this man became very sick and was near death. He sent someone to bring me, that I should forgive him, and he also regained his health. He gave me dresses and gold, and he repented. He became healthy, and he gave much charity. With the money he gave me, I erected a tombstone for Rabbi Yisroel and my children. My children are scattered over all the land of Israel. In Sfas, 2 are buried. In Tiberia, 2. In Yerushalayim are buried the 2 I had with Rabbi Nosson. All my story was that the evil one throws you into the sea. I was all the day at the graves of the tzaddikim, and I cried that I should merit to have pure understanding, that I would accept that I merit, and I cried that I should merit to have pure understanding, that I would accept everything in love. The prayers healed me, and the Rebbe healed me. I was supposed to receive chalitza and travel abroad. My parents were still there. They were poor, they had no money, and I did not want to travel abroad. I traveled to Meron to be with Rebbe Shimon Bar Yochai and prayed a great deal that I should not have to go abroad. I did not have the strength. I was completely broken. I told all this to Rebbe Shimon. He, Rebbe Shimon, helped me through the power of God. We need to strengthen ourselves in God. We need to accept everything in love. After that, I did not have the money to return home. When I wanted to travel home, they gave me gold to travel, but I don't know who gave it. I arrived home to my father, then he told me that I had already been saved, that I did not need to travel abroad. He met a Jew, and the Jew said, "Give me the address of the brother of Rabbi Yisrael." "Give me the address of the brother of Rabbi Yisrael." So I gave him the address, and he wrote to his son that he should search for the brother, and they searched for him. Then he wrote back that the brother had been killed in the war. Thus the master of the world directs things in the way that a person wants to go. That is the way they lead him. I did not want to leave Yerushalayim. People spoke to me of good marriage matches, but I wanted only a Breslover. The son of Rabbi Pinchas Yeshia did not have any income, and I was obliged to search for a livelihood. He was much older than me, but I did not pay any mind to this. I did not want to leave the path of the Rebbe. The Rebbe healed me from all my suffering. All the doctors said that I would not have children, and with prayer I was granted my request. With two children within a short number of years. Thus you should know that these are the birth pangs of the Mashiach, and that a great darkness is ruling over us. We need to merit to reach the morning, as King David asked, just as the watchman waits for the day, so we await the light of the divine presence. And all the troubles that we are enduring, physically and spiritually, we need to accept it all in love. We are being purified from this world, that we will not come in disgrace to the next world. Be strong and strengthen yourself. When the 7 waters came over me, I always bowed my head until the waves passed. The Rebbe says, when troubles come, one must accept them all in love. We need to hold ourselves up strongly, for these are the birth pangs of the Mashiach. There were many of the ancient sages who did not want to live in the time of the righteous Mashiach. For when one trouble leaves, another takes its place. There will be harsh diseases. Only those who will be cleansed through the suffering will merit to see the redemption. I am already suffering 5 years from an illness in my chest, and I bring up blood. Recently I became sick with several illnesses, and I look to God that He will take me out of the pain. The doctors take away my hope, but I hope to God that He will take me out of all my troubles, and also from this trouble. Be strong. We need to strengthen ourselves to know that everything is for the good. The master of the world does not give people suffering needlessly. Thus, one needs only to be strong in hope, knowing that everything is for the good. Strengthen yourself at all times in faith. The Rebbe goes before us. He will be a good advocate in our defense. One needs to hold tightly to God. We need to band together and pray that the evil one will not have a hold on us. The main thing is prayer. I still have not seen one good day with my own eyes, only troubles. We need to pray that our faith will be strengthened, and that is the primary prayer. And all the world is as nothing. It is like a dream. The main point is that one should be joyous that one is a Jew. When the Mashiach will come, people will know that all the troubles were for good. Thus, I do not wish this on anyone. I am now ill 6 years and my suffering is very great, but my trust is also very great. The main thing is that when troubles come on people, one needs to say, this is also for good. We were created in this world only to suffer. Strengthen yourself always and be satisfied, for all the troubles that people endure are all for good. God gives the gift of troubles. Apparently I deserve it. We need to strengthen ourselves and strengthen our faith in God, that everything He does is for good. We are being purified from this world in order to reach true faith. Place yourself within faith. Accept suffering with love. When Mashiach comes, everyone will recount all their trials. Nachman Yuman.